Hello to all you beautiful souls. I got a message for today, and first, before we get there, I wanted to say to give this video a chance, okay? Because there's a reason you clicked on it, and if this isn't for you, maybe you know somebody who this is going to be for, okay? And share it, like and subscribe, help a girl out, okay? Because we want these types of messages and tips and advice to get out to other people so that we can all raise our awareness and our consciousness, okay? So, to the message, the first thing that I got was don't rush. And then I was thinking of that one song where, don't rush. So, I'd written down allow the process to unfold organically, okay? You, I say you, but what was coming through was your ego, right? Your shadow side of yourself, your ego, was like you have beat yourself up enough, right? And now it's time for grace and compassion, right? And the main message that was coming through was about your mental thermostat, right? Setting or resetting your mental thermostat, and how doing so shifts, you shift your thoughts and then you can shift your reality. And the reason you want to shift your thoughts, if they're not serving you or your highest purpose or your highest good, is because thoughts become things. And whether you're conscious of it or not, we are all manifesting all the time. So you want to become a conscious creator, right? A conscious manifester. And the reason that thermostat thing came up is, sorry, my babies are just waking up. The reason that the thermostat was coming up in the ego is because, our ego, we can use it for our betterment, or we could, use it to sabotage ourselves and stay stuck, right? So your ego can set in your little mental thermostat you in a space to keep you safe, right? Or what your ego would consider to be safe, because your ego is just everything, every experience, and in your life builds up programming and conditioning, right, to keep you safe, to keep you alive. Okay, so your ego's there for a purpose, and there are shadow aspects, and you can sabotage yourself, or you could use it for your own good, right? So thoughts become things, and our ego will set our thermostat, our mental thought thermostat, on something that it deems to be safe, right? And what your ego might deem as safe might not be serving you or your highest purpose or your highest good or anybody, So another thing, so I wrote down that your ego will try and fix the birds are going crazy. They're like, yeah, what she said. It'll set it out of fear, and so what I talk about a lot is fear and love, right? You can operate out of fear, or you can operate out of love, whether it's conscious or unconscious. You're still, in one vibe, like you're either high frequency or you're low frequency. So your ego can set your mental thermostat on different, frequencies: high frequency, low frequency. And, or I say it can set it. What I was seeing was the thermostat, high and low, that your ego is trying to set for you, is probably going to be set to a lower, than middle frequency, right? And it's going to try and keep you there. But you want to be set at a higher frequency. And so, what happens is you can try even just becoming aware of this, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to change my mind right now, right? Well, it's a process, okay? And that's why the whole don't rush, allow the process to unfold organically, because it is a process. And you start, by trying to get out of that set thing, and you're like, yeah, trial 1, do it, you're met with a situation that triggers you, and then your ego automatically takes you right back to that space, right? So this is going to keep happening, and it's going to keep happening, and eventually what happens is your ego just keeps pressing that button to get, like, it's just like, no, you're going to stay right here where it's safe. And you're like, no, but it really is fine for me to elevate, and it just keeps pushing these buttons and pushing them until finally they just quit working, right? And this is the moment whenever, and I've done this many, many times. I'll give you an example. Just recently, I have a thought that creeps in whenever I start, mentally attacking myself. So this thought, because it's like one of my favorite thoughts to beat myself up about, or it used to be, not no mo. I can tell you that because it tried yesterday and I was like, you're old. Like, you're so old. Get out of here. Retire already. Get out of here. You're not wanted. You're not needed, So that's when I knew for me personally, in that one particular programming, I had finally set my own thermostat on there. So, your ego is trying to keep you, and eventually it breaks down. Okay. And then you get to replace your thermostat, and then you are in control, and you choose where you put your focus. Okay. Because that's all that it's about, is your focus. Where are you choosing to put your focus and your energy? Okay. And you become aware, you start doing the practices, and it just gets easier. One thing that I did was listen to loads and loads of affirmations and subliminals, I would listen to these things in the background. I would listen to these things on the car ride home, and Abraham Hicks was one of them. For years I would listen to her to and from work, which I only work part-time, so it's like a couple days a week, but still I did that. And then throughout my day I would tune into her, or this guy named Ralph. He did the Infinite Waters, and then Jake Ducey and Victor Odor, who else? Aaron Daughtry, all these people. I just listened to them. They would fill me in on stuff. And then Abraham Hicks and Jake Ducey had some meditations that you could just listen to, and affirmations and things that you could use to brainwash yourself. And that's what I did. I just brainwashed myself, because we're all brainwashed from the time we get here. Why not be in control of what soap you're using, or if the water's pure and clean. So, excuse me, my allergies have been really bad. But, so, for me, using the subliminals helped me to prepare, and that was another thing that was coming through, was to prepare for the times of breakthrough, because breakthrough is really, really uncomfortable, and it's hard, it's painful, I mean, imagine being buried by, programming that's not serving you, and you're trying to dig yourself out of it. It is work. It's a lot of work, and it takes dedication, and the will to live in a reality that is fulfilling to you, and that serves a purpose that is higher than yourself, So, yeah, really short message. Just don't rush the process, and allow yourself to work with your ego. And, you can use your ego for good. You can use your ego to boost you when you need a little boost, you can use your ego in the car. Like, let's say you're feeling bad, right? You're feeling down. You're feeling like your momentum is being built up in the wrong direction, and you're not, placing your focus where you want to. Go take a drive or a run, or, a bath, a shower, something to shift your thought. And then if you like to sing, this is where I like to use my ego, because I love singing. I don't have like the most training. It's been a long time since I've had some training, and so like the the major singing stuff, I just be doing it. Just get in the car, and I'll that's where I use my ego. I'm like, yeah, girl, get it. You doing your thing. Am I though? But who is it hurting? It's not hurting anybody, but I'm using it to serve me and my highest purpose, which is to stay mentally where I want to be, right? In a place that's going to suit me. It's going to suit, you know, my my family and suit my purpose. So one last thing before I go was to say these things out loud. Don't just listen to affirmations, but say them out loud. You know, your words have power, and everything that you say will manifest, right? So, two things I wrote down for affirmation, or not just affirmations, but for you right now to say this out loud. And if you don't feel comfortable, go find a quiet spot, or save this video and do it later, or write it down, whichever way you know feels best. But two things that I wrote down, 11:11 on the timer, is to release old programming, right? So you would say, I release old programming that no longer suits me, right? And say it out loud and mean it. And another one, similar, same thing, same but different, but still same. I release programming that does not serve my highest purpose. Okay, because that's what you want to do. And you might not know every single program that has been, in your system to call it out. But whenever you do things like this, that's like a blanket statement for all programming that doesn't suit you. And you do this. And I like to transmute by fire, because I'm a water sign and I got a lot of watery energy, and I love to watch stuff burn. So I will write things down and I'll burn them, and it feels good. It feels great. It's returned back to the earth, and I let it go. I release it. So anyway, I love you, and you're beautiful and amazing, and you're needed. And if you don't mind, you made it this far, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this message, okay? If you know somebody who you think could benefit from this, share it, please. There's no need for us to gatekeep, advice and motivation and inspiration, okay? Because that's what we're all here for. We should be mirroring all these things back and forth to each other. And I hope that you do that, okay? I hope that you do this for me and for yourself and for your friends and family and your community, okay? Because once all of us learn that we can set our own mental thermostats, just imagine the world that we'll be in, okay? Thank you.